Moving on to is that the next thing that real quick. Let's talk about the next thing that's happening in entertainment news, which is which is the following. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull this up. So Deadline Universal Studios is in trouble suddenly, at least when it comes to Ana de Armas absence from the 2019 Danny Boyle-directed flick Yesterday. As some may recall, viewers sued the studio because they went to see the film with the thoughts that the young actress was in it, to find out after viewing that she is not. The judge saying the following: Universal is correct that trailers involve some creative and editorial discretion, but this creativity does not outweigh the commercial nature of the trailer, wrote U.S. District Judge Stephen Wilson in December 20th ruling on the studio's mainly failed motion to dismiss the potential class action first filed back in January by Paul, Michael Rosza, and Conor Woulfe. At its core, a trailer is an advertisement designed to sell a movie by providing consumers with a preview of the movie. The federal judge went on to say in the ruling, the problem was not that she was in the trailer and the scene was later cut from the film. The plaintiff argued that to this day, she is still in the advertisement. So, guys, what do you think of the idea of a studio can be sued for false advertisement when a studio has an actor in a trailer, and then when you go to watch that movie, that actor that you went to came to see or paid to see is not in the movie anymore? They are suing Universal for this, what happened with this movie called Yesterday, and it looks like they might win. Joy, let me start with you. What do you think about this whole concept?
Stupid.
Why?
I mean,
on who? The people suing or the people being sued?
I mean, of all the things to sue for, we're just mad because your favorite person that you went to see a movie in is not there.
But you don't believe that's false advertisement?
I mean, scenes do get cut all the time. There's a million times that we watch a trailer for funny things, and then you go watch a movie, and you're like, that wasn't even in there.
And I know it, but I know it was long. It was a long read, but that was also in there. That does happen. But what they said was, to this day, the trailer still shows she's in it. It's been in the theaters. It's been released in video on demand, and to this day, she's marketed as she's in the movie, and she's not in it. That was a year. It was a year ago when the movie came out. And to this day, they still haven't fixed it. So they're still advertising that she's in the movie, and she's not. And people went to watch that movie for that one actress alone.
Again, I mean, okay, yeah, you can't get back 2 hours of your life, but there are a lot bigger things in this world to be upset and suing for than I spent $20 to go to a movie and she wasn't in it.
Right. What do you guys think about that? What do you think, Tabitha, about this whole concept?
I think this is sort of like a twofold scenario. It's do I think that a studio should be allowed to display a certain type of movie and that not be what you're getting? No, because just like in everything, there should be standards across the board. I think even bringing it down to, if you're going to advertise, certain people in the movie, they have to have a standing role that's not cut. Right. I think that, that should be pretty much standard and logical for a studio to have to do. I think it's stupid, though, that this is something that we had to bring to court when I felt like it just, maybe just correct it. And then...
Yeah, exactly. But that's that's part of what the plaintiff is saying.
It would make
but to
more
this day,
sense
the
to
movie
me,
that movie that came out a year ago, it still hasn't been corrected.
It would make more sense to me if she herself was like, guys, take my name off. I wasn't in that movie.
No, because she did the work and she was paid, and she did she doesn't have control of whether or not her scenes were cut.
No,
but she did the work.
That would make more sense to me if she was upset that the trailer had her in it and she's not in the movie.
Yeah.
Look at it. You can
But-
look at it like that, Joy. Like what you said. So, if she got upset because maybe this movie was horrible, but they're using her for the trailer and they cut her out of the movie.
Yeah.
I, as an actor, would then go, I'm not even in this movie. I would love to not be associated with this movie.
Right.
Because you didn't use my part.
She's the biggest. She's the biggest name, and I think that's probably
I-
why they kept advertising her in it.
And I'm not saying that if judges want to, I mean, like, I get if you want to punish say the studio, hey, like, it's not okay for you to do this, that's fine. But I don't feel like people deserve some sort of monetary compensation because they saw a movie that she wasn't in. You don't deserve, I'm sorry. You want $7 back? What?
Yeah.
No.
You feel like you deserve $1 million because you wasted 2 hours of your life? No.
That's not the point, Joy.
If you want them to be punished or fined or say, hey, you guys can't do stuff, that's fine.
What about my pain and suffering?
Oh.
Pain and suffering.
What about you, Nixon? What do you think about this whole thing? Would you sue?
If I were a fan of Ana de Armas, I would, because the only people who should be upset are the people who follow her, because she has a following of that of like Hailey Bieber or like a influencer. She's like a name. People know her. But the fact that the studio is still to this day utilizing her image, her to
A year after the lawsuit was launched.
after the fact, to put forth this movie and put it out there and give it a name, knowing that she's not even in this movie, that
is misleading.
that is extremely misleading. But it's only misleading to those who care. Which, that's where I agree with Tabitha. And Joy, it's stupid.
But for those who don't know, Yesterday is a movie about a person who I forgot what the premise is, but I meant to watch it and I'll watch it in the future. A world where a musician who was a big fan of the Beatles, who wakes up one day in a world where
Nobody knows the Beatles.
The Beatles never existed, and he's the only one in the world who remembers these songs. And he starts to sing these songs and gets all this fame. But Ana de Armas was filmed a scene in this movie, and they put it all in the trailer. And there was a few people who only came to watch this movie because they were followers of her, and they were like, They showed it in the trailer. It's been a year. She's still in there. They're still showing her, but she's not in the movie. Is that false advertisement? So
Didn't she date your Ben Affleck?
I don't know. I am not
pretty sure
I'm
she
not
did.
that far up Ben Affleck's ass.
I'm almost sure that's a fact.
Maybe she did.
Isn't that?
But
my
now
Affleck?
he with J-Lo. The Miss Don't Be Fooled by All My Money.
Burrito. Oh,
I
love
still
my
like
Ben.
tacos, honey. Taco.
I love my Ben. Anything.
I
for
love my taco flavor. What did South Park say? Taco flavor kisses for my beanie. Taco flavor kisses for my beanie. It sounds so racist when I say it.
Anything for my man. I'm Hispanic, so I can.
The most, and I grew up with Puerto Rican. So
She
the
totally
funniest part
did
about that
date
episode
Ben
of South
Affleck.
Park was when they said, because you and your Mexican fans should support you, and she goes, "I'm not Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican," and the white guy goes, "Whatever."
Rican.
That was the best part of that episode. Anywho, what do you guys think about this lawsuit? Does it open up a floodgate? Will studios now have to be very careful of how they advertise in trailers moving forward? You don't even have the right to film a scene with an actor, advertise it, and then later the director goes, before the movie comes out officially, I cut it because it didn't fit my overall movie. That's not what this lawsuit is about. It's about the director still has the right to cut a certain scene. But if a year later you're still advertising that scene, that's kind of sus. So what do you guys think about that? And let us know what you guys think moving forward.